I'm recording it to my computer. Okay, let's start simple. Can you tell me your name and your role and your title?
Sure. My name is David Bornstein. I'm the CEO and a co-founder of the Solutions Journalism Network. You know, in the field of journalism over the past 15 years, there's been tremendous innovation, but almost all of it has been around platforms.
But mark my words, I'm declaring that vertical video is now the future.
We're one of the few organizations that is innovating around the product. The question, what is the news? What should it be? What kind of information do people really need and do communities really need to become more powerful in democracy? Solution journalism corrects for a core bias in journalism, which says that the missing ingredient in solving the world's problems is that we don't know enough about the problems or we don't care enough about the problems. Very often the missing ingredient is we're not sharing the good ideas that are emerging around the world for solving those problems. You know, if we've learned anything over the last number of years, it's that, you know, a steady flow of negative news that sounds like sort of a broken smoke alarm that won't stop beeping and you can't take the battery out of it. It doesn't empower people. In fact, it leads to greater news avoidance. It pushes people into their corners where they're not even willing to talk to each other. It was really in speaking with many other journalists and editors that we saw the need for a network to advance a practice change and a mindset change in journalism. You know, one of the greatest risks to democracy is people tuning out because the news makes them feel disengaged and, frankly, hopeless. We train news organizations. We have curriculum in a dozen languages that's being used by journalists around the world. We've trained more than 15,000 journalists or have had them use our resources. Everything from the BBC World Service to local metro dailies across the United States to community media and hundreds of smaller news organizations. We work every day with practicing journalists who ask us, how can you help us integrate this practice into our day-to-day work?
This is a great opportunity for us to pivot. They're going to focus on what's wrong. We're going to focus on what could be better.
You know, the financial demise of local news is a threat to democracy, but it's impossible to save news organizations one at a time. Our network includes news organizations across the United States. 2/3 of them are between the coasts. They're in red counties, blue counties, red states, blue states, purple states. A healthy democracy is made up of people who have hope and the information they need to make things better. Look at the coverage of the coronavirus. The headlines are just dominated by stories about the government delays, the government corruption, the astonishing lack of planning, the horrible toll on people's economic livelihoods. How do we balance people's need to know about this, the urgency and the dangers, with the fact that we're all human beings and we can only take so much? And I think the answer is balancing news in terms of having information that helps us understand the threats, but also helps us understand in a rigorous and systematic way how people are responding, what we can do about it, where the good ideas are, and what we can learn from it. We have to use news to get smarter together. We envision a world where everybody has access to information every day that helps them lead better lives and build a better world.